Hello movie lovers, Bob for Bob's movie review here, and today I'm bringing you guys the new 4K Ultra HD Blu-ray, DVD, and Steelbook shopping guide with reviews for May 14th, 2019. Be sure to click subscribe and click on the bell icon to be notified whenever I upload great new content. If you guys do enjoy the video, be sure to show it some love and give it a like rating. So if you guys missed my video, I was talking about how things were just getting super crazy, and I was going to try something new and see how it goes, where we combine the shopping guide and the reviews together to make this one video. It's going to be a little long, so I hope you guys can stick around and watch it. Hopefully I will have affiliate links in the description for all these movies. The only issue is the description might be too long. I'll try to get them all in there. But so I'm going to review these movies for you guys, and we're going to talk about them and give you the prices. I got a lot here, so let's get into it, guys. First up, we have Lifelike, and this one's releasing on a Blu-ray. Amazon $22.49. Best Buy $22.99, Walmart $23.19, and Target no listing. Also releasing on a DVD, Amazon and Walmart $12.96, Best Buy $13.99, and Target $14.89. So I did receive a copy from Lionsgate. This is Lifelike. So look at it. The DVD. So this was about this man and this woman. They inherit a bunch of money or the business or whatever, and so they have this like huge house, and the girl, she fires like all the maids and the butlers and whatever it is that they had for, you know, servants or workers or whatever you want to call them, because she feels guilty. And then, you know, the guy, he's like, well, how are we gonna take care of all this stuff? And he's kind of trying to do it, but they're you know, real white collar people, and they kind of realize they're not doing so good. So he finds out this guy has made these androids, and so they go to get an android, and they kind of have this whole uncomfortable about it because of the sexuality, because these androids are super lifelike, and she doesn't want a woman because she doesn't want an android that's better looking than her, and she's afraid like him and the android might become too close or something. So they get this guy, and she kind of is trying to bring out the humanity in him, and he's kind of treating him like a toaster, you know, and it's kind of this back and forth between them where he's like, it's just a machine, and she's like, you know, what does he want? You know, and you know, this movie ended up being really interesting, guys. There's some really crazy twists in this one. Just a crazy ending that, you know, is kind of, you don't see it coming. And these really crazy things happen. And, you know, guys, I really enjoyed this one. I would definitely recommend this one. I'm going to go ahead and give this one a 7 out of 10. Next up is American Exit, releasing on Blu-ray. Amazon $22.55. Best Buy $22.99, Target $23.19, and Walmart no listing. Also releasing on a DVD, Amazon and Walmart $12.96, Best Buy $13.99, and Target $14.89. Now, I did already receive a copy from Lionsgate. This one had Dane Cook in it. It is rated PG-13. Here's a look at that. In this one, Dane Cook wants to pick up his son and go on this trip. He hasn't been a great father. He hasn't seen him in like over a year or something. But everything he does kind of seems like it's like so part of a plot. You know what I mean? Like, he's not really being honest with people. He's not being upfront, and he kind of seems to be scheming all the time. At the same time, he's not doing so well. And I was kind of confused because he's taking these, like, he'll get to the point where he's like almost gonna die. Like, he's like throwing up and passing out, and he takes these pills and he gets better. But it's like, couldn't he take them a little sooner? I don't know, but it was just a little weird. And so he ends up picking up his son, and he wants to take him on this trip to Mexico. And he's got all these ulterior motives. And, you know, at first I kind of found this movie to be a little slow, and I was just really confused what was going on. I didn't understand what exactly was happening. there are some twists a little later on in the movie, which I do think bring it back and make this movie a lot more enjoyable. In the end, I thought it was a pretty good story. Dane Cook was great in this movie. You know, I really wasn't expecting much from him. I can't think of, like, what has he been in, like 2 or 3 movies? I think the only one I ever saw was Employee of the Month. You know, I just really wasn't expecting much from him, but I thought he put in a great performance in this one, and I think he should get some more acting jobs. I think for a score on this one, guys, though, I'm gonna give it a 6 out of 10. You know, it was enjoyable, but the beginning kind of brought it down a little bit for me. Next up is Power Season 5, releasing on a Blu-ray, also releasing on a DVD, Amazon and Target, $19.99, Walmart, $26.06, and Best Buy, $27.99. And I did get a copy from Lionsgate for review. Coincidentally, I did just recently buy the first season, but I haven't seen anything before Season 5. I've heard of this one because, you know, 50 Cent's in this, and I don't know if he's like a producer or something with this. There's a 3-disc set. This is on, oops, yeah, 3-disc set. Looks like the discs each have one of the main characters on them that are also on the cover. This show is on Stars. I think this is only about 10 hours, 9 hours and 52 minutes. It's not rated, but it is definitely mature content as far as language, violence, sexual content. Has it all. So it's about this guy right here. Now, since I haven't seen the first 4 seasons, a lot of things to me, you know, I would need to watch those seasons to really understand, but his name is Ghost, and he's like some sort of, he's involved with gangs and organized crime or whatever. You know, he's got a crew, and 50 Cent and this other guy, I don't know what this guy, I can't remember what his name was. You know, they're kind of like his friends, and they have their own crews or whatever, and they're basically, his daughter gets killed, I'm assuming at the end of season 4. And so now he's kind of trying to get revenge, and that means killing a ton of people, because like these guys all seem to have really bad luck. Like everything just keeps going wrong, and they just got to keep killing more people. And there's drugs and money laundering, and he's also trying to get this building built, and it's going to be like in honor of his daughter and whatnot. I really like this show, guys. I think it's a lot of fun. Definitely compelling characters and a very interesting story. I think overall for the season, I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10. It's definitely fun. I definitely at some point will have to go back and check out the other seasons though. Next up is Anaconda, releasing on a Blu-ray and DVD. Amazon, Best Buy, Target, and Walmart, all $8.99. I did get a copy for review from Mill Creek Entertainment. This one had a pretty good cast. You got Jon Voight, Ice Cube, J-Lo, and Owen Wilson. I did not know he was in this. I did not know that he was really acting back then. He was kind of not great in this one. Here's a look at the front and the back, and the discs as a Blu-ray and DVD. I think the Anaconda looking one was that's the DVD, and the Blu-ray is kind of this, I think this is a new artwork. I'm not positive. I've never owned this one, and I hadn't seen it since it was in theaters. But basically what happens is Jennifer Lopez and this guy, they're making this documentary about this kind of native people from the Amazon, and they're like this hidden tribe that nobody knows where they are, but they think they're going to find them, and they want to make a documentary about it. And they find Jon Voight. His boat broke down in the Amazon, and they pick him up. He's kind of helping them, but kind of he's trying to hunt a giant anaconda, so he's steering them towards the anaconda. It's hard to say exactly, because he feels like he's helping them, but he wants to get the anaconda at the same time. So he's keeping that from them, and he's putting them all in danger. And if it comes down to it, he'll kill him to get his anaconda. You know, I was actually pretty surprised, guys. This movie was actually quite a bit better than I thought it was going to be. The only real downer was like the horrible CGI that they did on the snake. And it seemed to always do like the same move every time it caught someone. And it was just this really bad CGI. But actually, guys, this is a fun kind of action movie. And definitely, if you haven't seen this one, check it out. I'm going to give this one a 7 out of 10. Next up is Ghosts of Mars, releasing on a Blu-ray. Amazon, Best Buy, Target, and Walmart, all $8.99. And I did get a copy here from Mill Creek Entertainment. I didn't realize this at first. It was 2 Ice Cube movies they sent over. This one has Ice Cube, Natasha Henstridge, and Jason Statham before he was famous. He wasn't too bad in this one, though. And here's a look at the front and the back. I believe this one was just a Blu-ray. Yeah, there's the Blu-ray. So I had never seen this one before. I had heard of it, when it came out and stuff before. So Natasha Henstridge is part of this kind of like police force on Mars, and they're going to transfer a prisoner, Ice Cube, and they get to this town. I don't know, is this town, I don't seem like it was kind of on the outreaches or something, but I guess everything on Mars would be. But they get there and the town is like abandoned, and they end up finding like people dead and stuff, and they find people who are alive, but they've kind of almost turned into zombies. Like if you can see this guy. And so what happens is there's these like alien creatures that like inhabit people and take them over, and they're trying to stop people from colonizing Mars. And the story was very generic. All the scenery was very generic. The acting was okay. It wasn't terrible. It wasn't great. Overall, the movie was okay. To me, the worst thing of this was this generic metal music that just seemed to loop constantly. And I'm not saying it was one loop throughout the whole movie, but a new scene would start, and there's like, it just seemed like this loop of a track and just keep playing, and I was just like, oh my gosh, let it end. There is a lot of blood and gore and stuff in this one, and overall I think it's a fun movie, and if it wasn't for the music, I think I would have enjoyed this one a lot more. So I think on this one, guys, I'm gonna give it a 6 out of 10. Next up is Black Hawk Down, the Untold story, releasing on a DVD. Amazon and Walmart $9.96, Best Buy and Target $11.99. And I did receive a copy from Mill Creek Entertainment. This one included DVD and the Mill Creek digital, I believe. Yeah, there's a look at the cover and the back and the disc. Now, this was a documentary about the people who, lived this Black Hawk Down. The majority of the movie is just interviews with different soldiers and their, I don't, Army stuff confuses me, but like their leaders and just all the people involved from the soldiers up. And it goes into detail about how this Black Hawk helicopter was shot down. And well, actually before that, it goes into how there's kind of no government in Somalia, and there's just kind of like all these militias or whatever. And there's like all this aid being sent there, but people are stealing the food before it can get to the people, or they can't deliver it because there's too many people in the streets with guns, and so there's just all this food waiting, and the people are starving, and so the UN and a big coalition force is sent in to try to help with the situation, and so the Black Hawk gets shot down. And then when they go, they're kind of going to go try to rescue him, and another Black Hawk gets shot down, and they're kind of this crazy scenario where they got to kind of use UN vehicles to try to get in there, and there's a lot of confusion. And I thought this thing was really interesting, guys. Now, this, like I said, this is probably 98% just interviews with the soldiers. There's a little bit of footage. I don't know if it's necessarily even actual footage from this event, this day, or I think it was all one day. They just show some kind of footage of vehicles and a little bit of that kind of stuff, so it's, I don't know if it's necessarily from that, but definitely a very interesting thing. It's been forever since I've seen the movie. Now I'd like to watch the movie and kind of see how it compares to what they say on this. So for this one, guys, I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10. All right, next up is Don't Look, releasing on a DVD. Amazon $13.65, Best Buy $13.99, Target $14.59, and Walmart no listing. And Wild Eye Releasing did send over a copy for review. Here's a look at the cover. Kind of a cool artwork there for, how Wild Eye Releasing covers go. There's a look at the back. And the inside always is the same as the cover. So this one was about this girl. She inherits this farm, and her and her friends kind of go out there to check it out and see what they want to do. She's not sure if she's going to keep it or sell it, or what she wants to do exactly, but they're going to go check it out. And it's kind of, just your average teenager, young 20s, going out to a house or a cabin or whatever in the middle of nowhere. They're just kind of dinking around, and some of them are romantically involved, and some of them are friends. And so they get there, and there's this guy or there's this couple who are, they're like backwoods hillbilly types, and they're really kind of rude either way. And they find out that they live in this like cabin on the property or something, but they pay rent, and they're just really creepy. And so, the night's kind of going on, and they're all drinking and having fun, and then somebody gets killed, and they kind of just get scattered, and they're all kind of doing their own thing, and they're kind of getting picked off one by one. Um, I thought this was actually a pretty decent movie. I was very impressed. It was obviously a very low budget, as these always are, but I was definitely impressed with the story, the characters, the acting. It wasn't bad, but I would say, like, when they were in their horrified moments and screaming, you could tell, those parts were not great. But overall, guys, I think if you guys are into these kind of low budget slashers, definitely check this one out. I'm going to give this one a 6.5 out of 10. Next up is Bigfoot Blood Trap. This one's releasing on a DVD. Amazon and Walmart $13.02, Target $13.89, and Best Buy $13.99. And Wild Eye Releasing did send me over a copy for review. This is part of their Raw and Extreme line. I don't know. I haven't been the biggest fan of these Raw and Extreme movies. This is based on real events. So look at the inside. So of course I'm always interested in Bigfoot movies either way. So this movie was really weird at the beginning. There's these two women that kind of go out into like this field, and they're doing their thing, and these Bigfoots show up, and they end up killing like the baby Bigfoot. And then then we just kind of go to this whole new thing where this woman neither inherits a property movie. She inherits this hundreds of acres or something, and they're going to go out there and go hunting. And they get there, and they start hearing these noises, and something like throws rocks at them. And the acting was just so bad. It was so bad. And I was kind of thinking, I was like, okay, the acting's bad. Everything's really bad. I mean, they really put the low budget on this one. And I was like, you know what? You have a couple beers, you watch this with your buddies. It'll be cool. They're trying to find the Bigfoot. And they end up getting the Bigfoot. And this is where they really lost me on the movie. So they have the Bigfoot, and they're like gonna try to turn it into science or something and make some money. And the guy's like, "Oh, I know a way you can make even more money." So I didn't get this, but he wants to mate the Bigfoot with a human woman so that their baby DNA could be confirmed as the DNA of the missing link or something. I was just like, oh my gosh. So the majority of this movie ends up being them like meeting these women on dating apps and then drugging them and bringing them back and trying to mate it with the Bigfoot. But the Bigfoot keeps going crazy and killing everyone. And I was just like, oh my gosh, why? Why? Just everything about this. The costumes were terrible. The acting was terrible. The story to me didn't make much sense. So I think for a score on this one, guys, I'm going to give it a 3 out of 10. Next up is Triple Threat, releasing on a Blu-ray and DVD. Best Buy $16.99, Amazon and Walmart $17.58, and Target $19.89. Also releasing on a DVD, Amazon and Walmart $14.82, Best Buy $14.99, and Target $16.59. Now this was the first time I've ever received a movie from Well Go USA, and a lot of these movies are kind of Asian or Chinese. This one it wasn't in China. I was a little confused exactly where this was taking place. They kept mentioning China, but I don't think it was in China exactly. So here's a look at the cover and the back and the discs. It's a little interesting to me. The DVD has the artwork and the Blu-ray is just a blue color. And there was this pamphlet here for some other Well Go USA titles. So this one was Really cool guys. There was this kind of militia group or whatever. I don't know. They were soldiers or something, and they recruited these other two guys. And you don't really see all that. You kind of find out about it later. And they're trying to go save these people from these drug lords or whatever they were, some sort of gang. Um, and but they end up like the soldiers end up like double crossing them, and they were just trying to free this one guy, and they're gonna kill everybody else. And so this guy, he's like so this one guy, he's like working for the drug lords, and his wife ends up getting killed. And so him and the two other Asian guys that were hired by the soldiers, they end up kind of going and trying to find all these soldiers and kill them. To be honest, guys, it's a real generic story, but for the brief pauses in action, the story is more than enough to keep you vested in this movie and keep it interesting. It says here, the Expendables of the martial arts world. So there is just like tons of action in this, guys, from hand-to-hand kung fu, whatever type of action, to military shooting, chasing. It just never seems to end. And I mean, this is a really fun action movie, and I did definitely highly enjoy this one. I have no complaints, honestly, about this. It is mostly in English. There is some subtitled parts. The only thing about that is sometimes by the time you realize, okay, it's subtitles, and you try to read it, it's already gone, and it keeps going back and forth like that. It sometimes, to me, just becomes a little tough to keep up. I didn't really have too much trouble with it, but I definitely like this one, guys. It was definitely a fun movie. Definitely check this one out. For score, I'm going to give this one a 7.5 out of 10. Next up is Another Shot, releasing on DVD, Amazon and Walmart $14.82, Best Buy $14.99, and Target $16.59. Now, I did receive this one the other day, but I haven't had a chance to watch it yet, so I'll probably have a review up for it next week. It's a basketball documentary type thing about Stephon Marbury going to play basketball in China. Next up is Never Look Away, releasing on a Blu-ray, Amazon and Walmart $22.55, Best Buy $22.99, Target $23.19. Also releasing on a DVD, Amazon and Walmart $22.55, Best Buy $24.99, and Target no listing. Next up, we have Fighting with My Family, releasing on a Blu-ray, DVD, and digital, Amazon and Walmart $22.96, Best Buy $22.99, and Target $24.99. Also releasing on a DVD, Walmart $14.96, Amazon and Best Buy $19.99, Target $23.69. Now, I did order this one already from Best Buy. I will have a full unboxing up for you guys probably tomorrow. I did get to check this one out in theaters, and I love this movie, guys. It's the story of the WWE wrestler Paige and kind of how she got into the WWE and her past. You know, it does have The Rock in it, but he's got a real small part, and he plays himself, but he's hilarious in it. But I loved all the characters. I loved the story. I loved the performances. That was a great movie. Great Vince Vaughn performance in this one as well. I do have a review. I reviewed it after I watched it in theaters. If you guys want to check out the full review, I did give this one a 8 out of 10. Next up is Cold Pursuit, releasing on a 4K Blu-ray and digital. Amazon and Walmart $24.96, Best Buy and Target $24.99. Also releasing on a Blu-ray, DVD, and digital. Walmart $19.96, Amazon, Best Buy, and Target $19.99. And then it's also releasing on a DVD. Walmart $14.96, Amazon and Target $14.99, and Best Buy $22.99. Next up is Never Grow Old, releasing on a Blu-ray and digital. Amazon and Walmart $14.96, Target $16.99, and Best Buy $17.99. Also releasing on a DVD, Amazon and Walmart $12.96, Best Buy $13.99, and Target $14.89. Next up is Cherokee Creek, releasing on a Blu-ray, Amazon $27.99, Best Buy, Target, and Walmart, all no listing. Now, I did review this one. If you guys are interested in that, you can check out Cherokee Creek on my channel. Now, I can't remember a whole lot about this one right now, but these guys kind of go on this bachelor party in the woods, and they hire these strippers, and they're kind of just all hanging out in the woods and drinking and having a good time. And I think they hired a guy to be a Bigfoot, but then a real Bigfoot shows up and goes on like this murderous rampage. You know, I expected a little more from this, and I thought all the parts with the Bigfoot were really great, but I didn't feel like he was in the movie enough. I thought I had pre-ordered this one, but I guess I didn't. So I don't know. Maybe I'll buy it. Maybe I won't. Next up is Godzilla 1998, releasing on a 4K Blu-ray and digital. Walmart 1996, Best Buy 1999, Amazon $22.99, and Target $24.29. I did pre-order this one from Amazon, so I should have that video for you guys sometime this week. Best Buy is going to have a 4K Steelbook, which will include 4K Blu-ray and digital for $24.99. But to be honest, like for the additional price, I think I ordered it when it was cheaper, and I didn't love the artwork that much on the Steelbook. I decided to just get the regular version. I have never seen this movie though. Next up is The Field of Dreams 30th Anniversary, releasing on a 4K Blu-ray and digital. Best Buy $18.99, Amazon and Walmart $21.99, Target $23.89. Best Buy will also have a 4K Steelbook, which will include 4K Blu-ray and digital for $21.99. Does have a pretty interesting artwork, I think. And then it's also going to get a 30th Anniversary Blu-ray. Amazon and Best Buy $17.99, Walmart $18.25, and Target $18.59. Next up is Happy Death Day to You, releasing on a Blu-ray, DVD, and digital. Walmart $22.96, Amazon, Best Buy, and Target $22.99. It's also releasing on a DVD. Walmart $17.96, Amazon $18.70, Best Buy $18.99, and Target $19.99. Now, I did check this one out in theaters, guys, and I do have a full review up if you guys want to check that one out. It's a sequel to Happy Death Day, but for some reason they decided to change the genre. Instead of being a horror, slasher, thriller, whatever, they made it a sci-fi comedy, thriller, horror, slasher. I don't know. To me, it was just really weird, and I didn't care for the way they went. They took away almost all the horror elements, and they just, it was a weird movie. A lot of people liked the change, and a lot of people didn't. I gave this one a 6 out of 10. Next up is Apollo 11, releasing on a Blu-ray and digital. Walmart $19.96, Amazon $20.86, Best Buy $22.99, and Target $26.19. Also releasing on a DVD, Amazon and Walmart $15.70, Best Buy $17.99, and Target no listing. Next up is Backdraft 2, releasing on a Blu-ray, DVD, and digital copy combo pack. Amazon and Best Buy $15.99, Walmart $16.56, and Target no listing. Also releasing on a DVD, Amazon, Best Buy, and Walmart $13.99, Target $19.69. Next up is Valentine, releasing on a Blu-ray, Amazon and Walmart $12.96, Best Buy $14.99, and Target $19.19. Also releasing on a DVD, Amazon and Walmart $9.96, Target $9.99, and Best Buy no listing. Next up is a Best Buy exclusive King Kong 4K Steelbook, including 4K Blu-ray and digital for $19.99. It is a cool artwork, although I saw this movie when it was in theaters originally, and I wasn't really a big fan of it. Pitch Black is also getting a Best Buy exclusive Steelbook. Unfortunately, it's only including Blu-ray and digital, so I don't really feel like it's a must-get for $14.99. Artwork is pretty mediocre as well. Next up is Eyes of Laura Mars, releasing on a Blu-ray. Amazon, Best Buy, Target, and Walmart, all $8.99. Next up is Saint Bernard, releasing on a Blu-ray. Amazon, $29.98. Best Buy, Target, and Walmart, all no listing. Also releasing on a DVD, Amazon, $19.98. Best Buy, Target, and Walmart, all no listing. Now, I did check this one out the other day. I was sent a digital version of it. This movie is just really, really strange. So I couldn't figure out why it was called Saint Bernard, because the guy's name is Bernard, but then he also at one point finds the severed head of a Saint Bernard. So I'm not sure if it was because of the head or the guy's name or what, but this movie is just so out there. Like, I had to look at the synopsis on IMDb. It says something about a musical conductor goes insane, something like that. Those aren't not a quote, but I guess that describes it. It just, to me, it just kind of goes off and it never comes back. And I don't ever understand anything that's going on. It just seems like an hour and a half of just complete randomness with no story holding anything together. And I'm just like, what's even going on? Just all this really weird, crazy stuff happens. Like, he goes to the police station, but he has to like scale the building to get in. And it's this little small square door, and it has like 10 handles on it or something. And then he gets inside, and it's like this room full of keys. It's just all this really weird, bizarre, random stuff. it did have some really great visuals. I mean, the visuals were out there, but they were really well done. Some great special effects, and just the visuals were really great. But with me not at least perceiving a story to this, I didn't enjoy it that much. So I think I'm gonna give this one a 4 out of 10. Next up, Wild Eye Releasing is releasing Jurassic Dead on a Blu-ray. Amazon and Best Buy $9.99, Walmart $16.81, and Target $18.19. Now, I reviewed this one when it released on DVD. I thought it looked interesting. It's kind of about this like zombie, you think it's about a zombie dinosaur. I think the dinosaur had been given some sort of serum, or there's like something they gave it, and it becomes kind of like a super dinosaur. And they did all these really weird things with the video. It didn't look good, and the acting was not very good. And to me, I just didn't understand the story when I saw it. But I gave this one a 3 out of 10. Next up is Godzilla 2014. There will be a FYE exclusive steelbook, which will include Blu-ray for $17.99. Now, I don't think I have any versions of this on steelbook. Or did it originally come with a steelbook? I could be wrong. Maybe I'm wrong, dang it. But I did pre-order this one. It has a pretty cool artwork. I have no clue how FYE shipping works, so hopefully at some point I'll get that. Next up from Uncorked Entertainment is Silencio, releasing on a DVD, Amazon $12.99, Best Buy, Target, and Walmart, all no listing. I didn't check this one out yet. I don't know, I might not. Yeah. And last up is High Moon, releasing on digital. Now, I did check this one out, guys, and it's a werewolf movie, kind of. I had really high hopes for this one, and it does have a lot of cool elements. It's like the 1800s, I think, and there's this group of like a gang of werewolves, and there's this like werewolf hunter, and I guess he kills them all. And at some point he dies, and they're all buried, and then somehow all their coffins or whatever get washed up. And there's like this scepter thing that brings them all back to life. And the werewolves are super cool. Like, I love all the guys who played it. I love the way they played it. I love the makeup and the look and the feel. And they end up like finding this biker gang, and they kind of kill them and take their motorcycles, and they become this werewolf biker gang. But the other guy, the werewolf hunter, he ends up like meeting this woman. And I don't know if I missed something, but he like gets her to help him, but then he gets arrested for robbing her or something. And I was just like, what? How did he rob her? And so, the sheriff doesn't ever believe him. The other cops start believing him, like when they see the werewolves, but the sheriff doesn't believe him. And the sheriff's wife is cheating on him, and he's got to confront the guy. And all this stuff to me just kind of really didn't make the movie that enjoyable. And I was just like, bring the werewolves out. What is all this stuff? Why do I care about the sheriff's wife cheating on him? Like, so, and I can't remember who had it. I think eventually the werewolf hunter gets it or whatever. I don't know if it was a hemicuda or a barracuda or what it was, and it had this kind of really, I mean, there's a lot of cool elements to this, but to me, the story didn't quite do it for me. I wish I had been more about the werewolves and less about the werewolf hunter. But I gave this one a 6 out of 10. Last two things for this week. This is actually last week's release. I just got it. Black Hawk Down. I should be posting a full unboxing of this one, but I wanted you guys to be able to check it out. Black Hawk Down on 4K. And this one was a good deal, so I picked it up on Amazon. Brad's Status. I've seen the trailer for it a few times. It definitely looks interesting. It has Ben Stiller, Jenna Fisher, Luke Wilson. Hopefully I'll be able to check this one out at some point in my life. All right, but I hope you guys did enjoy this video. Remember, I'd love to hear what you guys think of it. It's pretty long, but it does save me a lot of time and work. And I don't know, it went okay. I wish I remembered the movies a little bit better, but I think I had a good kind of description and review and whatnot. So I want to thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you guys did enjoy the video. If you did, remember to leave a like rating. Remember, you can find affiliate links to purchase these movies, hopefully down in the description below. If you haven't already, subscribe for more videos, check out the suggested videos, and be sure to check out my website, bobsmoviereview.com. And I'll see you guys next time.